So I offer my namaskar to each and everyone present in the seminar. I offer my pranam to Reverend Swamiji. With the blessings of Sadguru Swami Gyananand Saraswati, the Reverend Swamiji is organizing such type of seminar, actually practicing spirituality. So sometimes back when I had been to that ashram, I spontaneously I uttered that I feel that I have come in the circle of divinity. So the theme, since I have to speak in the end, I know the limitations and I do not want to tax the patience. And certainly I would like to concentrate on theme. Being the student of philosophy, I will attempt to clarify the concepts, how I understand the concept of education and the concept of the peace. Because I do believe that philosophizing is a sort of conceptualizing. And with this understanding, first of all, I fully agree and appreciate the grand oration given by Reverend and Honorable Governor Arif Muhammad Khan, Sri Arif Muhammad Khan. I was really thunderstruck. I had been meeting earlier and listening him, but today he gave a very, very grand and he analyzed concepts like a philosopher. Though he is very much well grounded in Indian tradition, as I understood and as I know. So he started with he started that war begins in mind. And Professor S.R. Bhatt also endorsed that view. Professor Sanjay Paswan gave the definition of the peace. Actually, I also understood peace in two senses, positive and negative. Negatively speaking, peace is the absence of the war. And positively speaking, peace is the establishment of justice in society. And Professor Sachidanand Mishra, he also gave our traditional view relating to the peace. And Dr. Jay Chandran, he has presented the practical aspect of the piece relating to education. And most of the thinkers, most of the speakers, they adhere that education is certainly cultivation of values. Professor Bhatt rightly pointed out that education is not simply compilation of the information. And education, I do believe that education is the cultivation of values. I will uh, speak in brief, but I must mention the great work of Tolstoy, that the great work that is War and Peace. How he understands, because the topic is relating to peace and education. And the greatest authority and the great novel, War and Peace, is a philosophical one. I may not fully endorse the view of the Tolstoy, but without mentioning, I cannot resist my temptation to mention the book War and Peace, because the theme and the title is very much related. So he considers that I will certainly speak. I understand that this problem relates to the this global world, the globe, the entire humanity. This problem is related to the entire humanity. So we can have inner peace and we can long for the outer peace. So he considers that war, the greatest cause in the war, since I got that book when I was in Massachusetts, I purchased the book War and Peace and I read it. So he considers that nationalism is one of the causes of the war or the global conflict. Though I do not endorse his view, I will be rather upholding the nationalist view of peace. But I must appreciate by mentioning that he pointed out, he streamlined that nationality causes war. And if you want to establish peace, you have to get rid of the nationality. That is the contention of the Tolstoy. People may not agree, because to get rid of nationality is a daydreaming. We cannot get rid of. To suggest that one should get rid of nationality is to suggest that one should get rid of his body. Nationality, this was the contention of Tolstoy, but I certainly beg to differ, because I uphold that nationality is a must. We cannot get rid of nationality. Similarly, in the present century, the great Nobel laureate, Amartya Sen, he he contends that identity causes violence. Identity is the cause of conflict. And he also endorses that national identity is the cause of violence, the global violence and the global war. So uh, naturally, I beg to differ from the contention of the Amartya Sen too, because he has written a book, Identity and Violence. In that book, he endorsed the view of the Tolstoy that nationality is the national identity is a dogmatism, and this causes violence. So this the Tolstoy and Amartya Sen, they wanted rather uh, they wanted to get rid of the nationality, and they certainly support the idea of the uh, world government or uh, uh, Dr. Musa Raja, while speaking, pointed out that Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam concept may be achieved, may not be achieved. But that is a very, uh, uh, not very, in the near future, and we consider it as a philosopher, and a student of philosophy, we consider it Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam concept as an ideal. We do not uh, we cannot say that this will be concretized. So and the world, I especially, I uphold that the concept of world government, or the concept like Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, is an ideal concept. And Indians, they do not have any reservations in each and every religion. Even in Christianity, we find the concept of the universal brotherhood, and even in Islam also, we find the concept of universal brotherhood. And likewise, in Sanatan Hindu Dharma, we find this concept. So there is nothing wrong to have an ideal, but there is a big but. How we can realize, how we live in a paradox. The paradox is that we long for peace, but live in conflicts. So the conflict is a fact, and the world peace is an ideal. So now, even Professor Bhatt pointed out that if you want world peace or social harmony, you must have inner peace. Even Professor Sanjay Paswan, even Sachidanand Misra, all these speakers, the great learned philosopher, governor, he also upheld a view that if you want social peace or social harmony, if you want we must have inner peace, because man is very important. Man makes the society, and certainly without man, nationality is empty one. Almost all speakers talked about this pandemic. The pandemic has created a great unrest. Man is shut within walls. During this pandemic certainly will be over, and the new normal society will emerge. The new normal society is that the world has changed, and certainly this new normal society, the concept of the new normal, I conceived it, though it was very much circulated in paper also. It has got three components. One is the survival, and very much related to the concept of the peace. If you survive, why we want peace? We want peace in order to survive. And certainly the social distancing was also, it is one of the component of the new normal society. But the third component, I will speak few sentences regarding compassion. And this, if you want to survive, if you want to live peacefully, the compassion is a must. And hopefully, most of the speakers, some of the speakers very pointedly, I do not remember the name, but hopefully Professor Bhatt also talked about compassion, and the great learned philosopher governor, I say, also pointed out compassion. So compassion is a feeling within and feeling without. Compassion is concerned with those who are downtrodden. So naturally, this compassion is a must for establishing peace in the world and peace within ourselves. If we want to serve others, we must have compassion. And service, Swami Vivekananda upholds that if you want to live for others. And that is the meaning in this relating to the theme, that is a meaning of the compassion. And in this technological age, we have grown a lot, we have developed a lot, but the economic development or the economic paradigm, actually, there is a one celebrated book written by Harvard professor Samuel P. Huntington, and that is a well-known book, The Clash of Civilizations. The economic paradigm has been shifted, and the cultural paradigm has become very important. And that's why I congratulate Swami Hari Prakash ji, the Reverend Swami Hari Prasad ji. I could not come because of my my limitations. I could not afford to travel because I had been to Delhi and I have now come to Patna only to attend peacefully this seminar. And I had been earlier, and I feel whenever I go, I feel that I am in the circle of divinity. I salute, I offer my pranam to each and every one. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Handed over to